Welcome back to the office, school. Hope everyone had a very nice weekend and we're ready to go for some Monday social studies. And only Monday social studies this week because Thursday starts spring break.
Ooh, that's not good. Let's switch that. Ah, yes, there you are on spring break. Very good.
Well, speaking of the ocean and the beach, let's get back into social studies a little bit. Because despite going through President Adams and through President Jefferson, things remain the same. America is still having their ships attacked at sea by both Great Britain and France. So now, after Jefferson, James Madison becomes president, and he decides to approach it a little bit differently. He tries to make a deal.
Let's make a deal! And now, here's our special guest host, ladies and gentlemen, the big dealer himself,
James Madison.
So here was the deal he offered to both Great Britain and France. He said, now follow along. He said, if you stop attacking our ships, we will stop trading with your enemy. So, for example, if Great Britain promised to stop attacking American ships, then America would stop trading with France. Okay, sounded like a good idea, but Great Britain said, no thanks, we're going to continue to attack your ships. France, on the other hand, and their new leader Napoleon, he said, yes, we will take this deal. The only problem there, though, was that Napoleon was lying. Oh, America stopped trading with Great Britain, but France continued to attack U.S. ships at sea. So now we were in a worse situation than we were when we started. It's tough being the new country on the block. So now America started to get mad. And here to tell you what they did about it is Mr. Reef.
Hey guys and girls, Mr. Reef here, and I hope everybody's staying safe. Hopefully you're not too bored with all the corona-rama that's going on. Get out, do what you can, get your exercise, right? Help your parents cut the grass, clean up the yard. That's what my boys are doing right now. They love to play on a trampoline back there and make a mess, but when it comes to cleaning up so Dad can cut the grass, it takes forever. So when I'm done here, hopefully, I'll be able to go out and cut the grass. But anyway, I'm here today, and I just want to give you a couple of minutes in regard to the war hawks. As you can imagine, war hawks, simply put, they are members of Congress who, what do they want? They want war. War hawks, they're not too much into olive branch, if you know what I'm talking about. They're more so having fun with the arrows of war. So the war hawks are led by a gentleman from Kentucky. His name is Henry Clay. He's known as the Great Compromiser in history books today. We'll hear a lot more about him as we get closer to the Civil War. And, he'll be facilitating some compromises between the North and the South to kind of prolong or put off the Civil War. But he is one of the driving forces. Again, he's from Kentucky. He's from the West. Has some issues with Indians out on the West, as we'll see. But Henry Clay is the Great Compromiser from Kentucky. Also joining Henry Clay, another member of Congress from South Carolina, John C. Calhoun. He's the mouth of the South. He's one of the most outspoken war hawks. Again, as we get closer to the Civil War, we'll be hearing more about John C. Calhoun. So anyway, war hawks want war. Who do they want war against? They want war against Great Britain. Again, throw away the olive branch, get out those arrows of war, and let's go. The big question is, why do the war hawks want war? I think if you had to take a guess now, at this point, you'd probably be able to come up with a couple of good answers or two, but there's 3 or 4 good reasons why the war hawks wanted war. Here we go. Dun, da, da, da. Hopefully you can see it, but what you have here is the United States. This is Florida, which is actually at this point in history, late 1700s, early 1800s, Spanish Florida. This is the continental United States as we know it, post-Revolutionary War, Mississippi River, east to the Atlantic Ocean, from the Great Lakes down to Florida. Basically American territory that was won through the American Revolutionary War. Okay, so Spanish Florida to the south, And up here, of course, we have British Canada. Two neighbors who aren't all that neighborly. So here's the Atlantic Ocean, Mississippi River out west. Who doesn't know? At this point in history, who the heck knows what's out there? Lewis and Clark will explore. We'll get to that later too. But let's start out here in Atlantic Ocean. The big bad British and their Navy, we already know about impressment. Okay, they're kidnapping sailors, American sailors. They're forcing those American sailors to serve in the British Navy. They're interfering with American trade. American trade, overseas trade, is booming at this point, making a whole lot of money. But the big bad British are not being very helpful here. Okay, the seizure of those ships, the seizure of the cargo on those ships, along with impressment. Overall, it's the interference of American trade. That's just one reason why these warhawks want war. Another reason here, if you can see it, are the Indians on the frontier. The British on the frontier are evidently and reportedly encouraging the Native American Indians to stir up trouble against the Americans. And also, the British are arming those Native Americans on the frontier. What that means is that the British are giving guns to those Indians and forcing, or encouraging, I should say, encouraging those Indians to use those guns against the Americans. Of course, that doesn't sit well with a lot of members of Congress. Okay, the other two reasons revolve around the expansion of American territory. Okay, the root of the problem are the British. If the British were no longer in Canada, they could not effectively arm the Native Americans on the frontier. So warhawks rationalize that if we can kick the British out of Canada, then this problem will take care of itself out here on the frontier. So expanding American territory into Canada, evicting the British, kicking the British out of Canada, another goal of the warhawks. Finally, same reasons down here in Florida. Now remember, this is Spanish Florida, but a lot of the Native Americans out west and in the south, what they're doing is hiding in Spanish Florida. So they'll conduct raids. The Native Americans will conduct raids and attacks up here in the United States, and they'll run away down here into Florida, and that's problematic. So again, the Americans, the warhawks, are justifying that if we take over Florida, Spanish Florida, we'll get rid of this Native American problem also. Okay, so brief review. Come on back here. There's basically four reasons why those warhawks want war. Okay, number one, it's the British on the oceans, right? They're impressing American sailors, they're interfering with American trade, they're seizing American ships. Number two, another big reason is the Native Americans are using British guns against the Americans in battles and conflict throughout the United States. Okay? Third and fourth reason kind of goes together. Expansion of American territories. Warhawks are looking to move into Canada, kick the British out, move into Florida, kick the Spanish out. Okay? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, please stay safe. Stay safe, that is, and hope to see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Reef. Everybody, you know the drill by now. Heading into Schoology. All right, getting to work on that classwork. If you have any questions, email Mr. Reef or Mr. Stern. If Schoology gives you some troubles, all right, try it again in a little bit, okay, and we'll work through it. But hey, everybody, have a great week. Have a nice spring break, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.